Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Agisto Binaji Pradana and my associate Dia Sekar Arum from Elementary Teacher Education Department, Universitas Muhammadiyah Magelang, Indonesia, would like to present our article related to the use of augmented reality in the classroom activities. This article entitled Augmented Reality in English Language Teaching. This is actually a systematic literature review. All right, the need to keep up with the technological innovation has contributed to a revolution in the development of today's educational systems. The advancements in information technology or IT today have also led to the expansion of various applications that help a better understanding of concepts, phenomena, and theories by learners in learning. These days, it is more challenging to teach young learners as their motivation is low whenever teaching is conducted in a traditional way. In the field of English language teaching and learning, there are various methods of teaching that can involve the incorporation of technology. Currently, among the newer types of digital media, there has been a growing attention in the application of augmented reality or AR in creating a unique educational atmosphere. AR is an emerging technological tool that could afford varieties of learning opportunities to expand new interactive learning environments. At present, there are collective number of studies in investigating numerous facets of this technological implementation in education, ranging from the technical features to the pedagogical and user-ready. And a number of studies has been conducted dealing with the use of AR in ELT. However, studies in the field of AR itself are essentially focusing on the current state of the technology, in which review of the effectiveness of the use of the technology for educational purposes, especially in ELT, remain a minor concern. That's why the study was attempted to explore the use of augmented reality in English language teaching and learning. To do so, it will answer the following questions. The first one, what are research design employed in the use of AR apps issues? The second one, how are AR implemented in English language teaching and learning process? The third one, who are involved in conducting research related to AR apps implementation? And the fourth, how does AR impact students' language performances? So for the method of conducting this research, the design employed in study was systematic literature review. It was a process of actually identification, evaluation, interpretation, and analysis of findings from available research related to a particular topic or issue. And the purpose of this study is to explore about the use of augmented reality in English language teaching and learning. Thus, this will provide some details such as types of research and then implementation, participation from the students, for example, and the effects of using this application actually. The data were obtained from ERIC as an online journal database, which served a number of reputable journals actually. And then they were gathered and analyzed systematically through SLR stages proposed by Nair and Yunus 2021. And the following stages or phases were were actually conducted in this study. The first one, identification. These states focused on how data in the form of articles is gathered. The issue is specifically the use of AR apps, and the literature used in the study were published between 2017 to 2022, or this last 5 years actually. And the article search also employed a number of keywords combination, and such as augmented reality and English. And finally, this first phase, we got 53 articles altogether were presented in the database. And the second one, screening. After retrieving the articles from the database, a screening phase was carried out actually, and they were re-examined in the consideration of the author's requirements. Free access articles, especially, were included in the study. Otherwise, they were excluded. And it also included, it also excluded certain irrelevant sources and articles such as books, and then books, chapters, reports, and proceedings articles. And finally, we got 33 articles met the requirements, while the others obviously were excluded. And in the third phase, as we call it, eligibility. The next phase is to determine if the articles were eligible. And this phase was crucial since the author started to review the contents. 15 articles were included based on the listed criteria presented in the table. While the fourth phase is exclusion. The last phase, in this last phase, the information was not only gathered from the abstract, but it was also explored deeper from whole parts of the article. And finally, we got 8 articles altogether were included in the study. And okay, here we go. These are the gathered sources or data. And the first one, okay, for the first one, it was conducted through quantitative design, especially experimental design, and the method used in the research or study was AR application, and it involved fifth grade students actually, and for the effects of the treatment. Actually, the students experienced satisfaction, from their participation in AR-based reading activities, and expressing a desire to see similar similar application offered in other courses, remembering more of the reading text. And the second one, it used came from teaching prefix, root, and suffix, and it involved students as the participants, and it gave impacts as a significant performances in promoting their learning attitudes, learning satisfactions, and learning achievement also. The third one, actually, the media was not clearly mentioned in the article, and they involve children in early childhood education. Actually, it gives impact on the significant improvement in motivation, learning, and socio-affective relationships. And the next, it used AR applications as well for the first grade students, and it gives improvement on the first graders motivation and English vocabulary learning performances. The next, it involves students as well, and it used video for the treatment, and uh, it actually significantly improved the students' learning achievements and intrinsic motivation, and enhance their satisfaction with EFL learning. And also the next one, it actually employed R&D design for the study, involved undergraduates studying English as foreign language, and then it used mobile game as the media, and these are the result of the, the study. And the next is about game and 3D cartoon. This study actually employed qualitative design and involved college students as the participants. And for the result, it gives positive influence on the students' English learning effect, and what's this? It enhanced learning interaction as well. And also it motivated the students and reduced students' mental pressure. And the last but not least, it used quantitative design, especially experimental one, and it used also AVR game-based applications in the treatment. It involved primary school students in literacy and numeracy screening program, or Linus Linus program. And for the impact, it actually built involvement and motivation among students, which finally led to what is better score performance in vocabulary learning. And these are the excluded articles. Most of them are qualitative and quantitative, and also review. But actually, they did not give direct impact to the students, so they were excluded from the criteria. Okay, for the conclusion, this study actually is an SLR, or systematic literature review, on the use of the augmented reality application in education, especially in English language teaching and learning. It obviously analyzed it articles published in last 5 years, and these are taken from reputable journals selected by predetermined criteria, and it provides a clear overview, I think, of the use of this application. Also, qualitative studies are quantitative study are still the most conducted in these issues, while the use of augmented reality application gives positive impacts on the students' English language performances. Yet it has limitation on the number of articles and then database reviewed in this article. And for further studies, I think this topic could be explored with the broader scope, such as students' response and then media development and the use of AR for various levels of education. Okay, thank you very much. See you next time. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.